And we are back here once again with another episode of the Cloud9 podcast, season 11, episode 4. So just want to say sorry that we are running just a little bit late. Chaz's message to me came just a little bit late. There was something that happened where, message just came not on time. So I thought he was going to be too busy tonight to do the show. But that's the reason why we're starting a little bit later than our usual time. And tonight we will be doing our LEC 2024 Spring Split recap. Actually, we'll be talking about, basically the highs and lows of the LEC 2024 Spring Split. And then we will also be going over the JDG versus Top Esports series, as the LPL 2024 Spring Split will be coming to a close this Saturday. Actually, you have BLG versus Top Esports. I'm pretty sure a lot of people are going to have BLG winning the whole thing. Actually, I mean, they were literally the best team coming into the split, and it pretty much just looks like they're going to end up running away with it. There's some flaws to their gameplay, but yeah. And joining me here in this episode of the Cloud9 podcast tonight is going to be Mr. Blanks, and Warren should also be making an appearance as well. But yeah, man, what's up? How you doing?
No, much, man. Killing it, playing. Not a lot of Pokemon, but I'm just been practicing.
Okay.
I got 2 challenges. I got a cup I might go to. It's literally it's in New York. That's why I'm trying to do the math now. Like, is it worth going? Mainly because it's like, okay, is it worth my time? It's like, it's worth my time going, but I'm not really chasing worlds this year. So okay, if I'm going, I'm mainly going like just to get more game, more packs and all that, because a lot of time I go to challenges just to get practice, get reps, trades. It's like I got a shit ton of stuff I gotta do. It's like that's why I'm trying to figure out, do I play Charizard? It's only 3 decks I have really built out right now. If I'm like, that's my main thing. I'm trying to figure out what I need to do. Like, yeah. And yep. Yeah, that's me. But like, I try to convince somebody else if they want to go as well. It's like, oh, hey, we got this happening. Because I know there's a League Cup happening the same weekend. There's 2 League Cups happening back to back. I'm trying to convince one other person to go up to another League Cup that same weekend, and then I'm trying to convince them, just to get extra reps, extra practice. But the Pokemon grind, because I'm not going for it, but other people are, and I'm just like, might as well just play extra games. It's like shit,
right? Yeah.
Because I always tell people I'm up for practice, but like, I guess everybody, of course, everybody got jobs and shit like that. Makes sense. It's like,
yep.
Okay.
Well, as you guys know, I started the comics and manga channel today. The first video is there, and I will be uploading more content to the channel. And I have other content that I'm going to be doing for this channel as well. I know you guys saw my channel update video. You guys saw what content I'm going to be putting out in the channel, the stuff that you guys are going to watch. I am doing that, and I did do content today, so just got to give me time to edit it. It'll be really, really quick, and then I'll have it out for you guys, Warren's here. What's up, man? How you doing, black man? New York's trash. God.
You're Californian sewage.
What are you talking about? I'm hot, rich, and good looking. What are you talking about?
You're smelly, dirty, and a baboon.
Oh, God.
Good Lord. None of those. And Los Angeles is a goddamn war zone right now. What the fuck?
Dude, Los Angeles is great. First of all, there's great healthcare, no crime. Everyone loves each other.
$20 minimum wage, and they're firing people, dumbasses. Yeah. Excellent.
Hey, man, I wasn't for the minimum wage increasing. I was like, keep it the way it is. But, people are retarded for some reason.
People don't understand the living wage that's going up. Like, how the fuck you going to have somebody have $15 hour job, but a $2,000 rent? Like,
yeah. No amount of minimum wage increase is ever going to help you catch up in terms of that,
Exactly.
But, people don't want that explained to them. They want you to tell them about their fucking fantasy trip. And it's like, I'm not doing that. I'm just not the kind of guy to do that, honestly. But let's talk about the JDG versus Top Esports series, actually, because I did end up catching up to watch that. I'll start with Chaz. What did you think about that series, actually?
It went down the way I thought it was going to go down. I knew Top Esports was going to win, just not in the way they did. Holy shit.
Yeah, it was pretty bad, actually.
Yeah,
You
that
know?
ain't the word. It was a goddamn stomp.
Yeah, because I know a lot of
Holy
people are going to go,
shit.
wait, that same JDG, the one that won mostly everything last year but Worlds, is not going to MSI. So what ended up happening for a lot of people that didn't watch the LPL is that JDG team that you guys saw last year that did very, very well, the one that, obviously, won both splits, they won MSI, and did very well at MSI last year, and they made top 4 at Worlds. Well, that roster cost a lot of money. The rumored amount was $16 million for this roster, okay? So that means you're going to be getting rid of this roster in the offseason. They ended up losing 369 to Top Esports, and they ended up losing Knight to BLG, right? Last year, BLG had Yagao. And still with Yagao, they were actually able to actually do very, very well, but they couldn't obviously get over, JDG. The other thing that ended up happening was that, they kind of kept the more weaker parts of the team. And I think the JDG roster last year, there was a few players that got really extremely overrated. One of them actually just being Missing. Missing actually has very big flaws to his gameplay. And so does Kanavi, And when you break that kind of roster up, you're going to kind of get the result that they had. And still to be fair, they also did end up getting second as well. Sorry, they ended up getting third. They ended up getting third on the overall split. They actually had a decent, really good win record as well. And the reason why they didn't actually do as well this split is because people don't understand it's not just about having good players overall. It's just more like when you have certain players doing things good for other players and then you have those players leave, that's going to make the team look worse. Like, obviously, I like Yagao, and he has a lot of flaws to his gameplays too. He's not a bad player. He's a good to solid player, right? But it's not Knight. Knight definitely can make the game a lot more tailored towards hard carry than Yagao. Yagao's more of a supportive carry mid laner, if that makes sense. 369 was primarily a weak side top laner with JDG last year, and he was the guy that'll take the backseat, but if you gave him the Renekton pick and you gave him the Cassante pick, he could actually win you the game. Now they have Flandre. Flandre's been someone where, he's had some good years, but he's also had a lot of meh years, for being honest here. At a certain point in this year of JDG for the LPL, they actually subbed Flandre out for that 16-year-old, 17-year-old top laner named Sheer, actually. That motherfucker is not 18. Don't believe that. I've been alive a long time, guys. That motherfucker is not 18. That's a 17-year-old kid, And they didn't even choose to use Sheer in the playoffs, actually. So I don't really know why they put him in. They're not going to have him for the playoffs, honestly. But yeah, looking at the series, oh my God, it was just bad. It would, like, maybe they just played really, really bad on the day, but they just look like the worst team by far, They didn't cover for bot properly enough. I mean, Yagao was just getting basically just destroyed by Cream for the most part. I mean, 369 was way more impactful than Flandre. Missing.
You say he was getting creamed? Nah.
He was getting creamed on, I would say. Oh, God. I don't really know what you're supposed to do because, like, in one aspect, yeah, they did finish third. They did finish top 3. But in that fashion, they lost in that fashion. That's pretty embarrassing, So
I don't know,
I don't know.
if it's embarrassing. You can't say it's embarrassing, right? Because think about, like, I think they also had fatigue, and what I mean is you went up against TS before lose. You go up against Ninja in Pajamas, which I think was the dark horse I had going in because I think Shanji is a really good top laner. And then now the thing is you just went through a best of 5, and then you got to go back and play against TS. That's a lot. You know what I mean? That's like that's a lot. So that plays a factor. Also, maybe they need they have an identity, right? It's ruler, and it's
They're
it's
going to be
Ruler,
playing through Ruler, to be honest here.
and then
Yeah.
Yagao is the Niski of LPL, but just a little bit, but no champion. Oh no, he has a championship. That's a lie.
He's won. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
So
just,
he's yeah.
there's a reason why BLG couldn't get over JDG last year, and it was because the night difference was pretty massive there. But Yagao obviously can beat a lot of other people, and it's like, I can't really be mad at him. It's like, if he's beating everyone else but this one guy, it's like, well, I guess you are kind of doing your job, but there's got to be a point where, last year Knight was really, really covering Ruler in a lot of team fights. And now that he doesn't have now that he doesn't have Knight and 369, that's a big weakness that people saw for the team, But we know JDG is going to be going to Worlds, right? Because RNG will.
I mean,
not going to Worlds. I'm joking.
RNG's rebuilding, right? So, I could see Ninja in pajamas going to Worlds. Actually.
I could too. Yeah, because LPL gets 4 seeds, right? So,
yeah, I want to say yes.
No,
Yes.
I'm pretty sure they do.
No, it's everybody gets 3 seeds. Have you saw the news thing about MSI? Whoever wins, they get their whichever region wins. Mm-hmm. Have you heard about MSI?
Oh, the format explainer video. Okay, yeah, I haven't got a chance to see it yet. So, so what happened with it?
Pretty much everyone. How do I put it? Everyone has 3 seeds. The major regions have 3. I think the minor regions have 1.
PCS has 2, I think.
PCS, some of them have 2, some of them have 1, some of them have 3.
Yeah. So basically, you have to get top 2 to unlock the other spots or something.
Yeah. Yep.
Oh, good lord. Let's be honest here. Korea and China are making the finals, if we're being honest here. Imagine the LCS with 4 seeds. What a fucking clown show that would be. That would be just like, all right, guess we don't watch these games tonight because I'm not watching. Who'd be the 4th seed from the LCS that would go? TL, Cloud9, FlyQuest.
It would be
TL, C9, NRG. That would probably be.
I would go 100 seeds over NRG, depending on that top later. Because
4 LCS seeds, that would be LPL. We need the LPL and LCK to make the finals. Fuck that. 4 LCS.
No, it's whoever wins.
I know this is gonna sound really weird to you guys, but I've been actually watching LCS because of the fact that they have less imports out of all the years. Like the imports aren't that many, and it's been mostly young talent. And I think I expect them to do a little better this year because all those players are hungry and they need to prove themselves on why they need to stay on the roster. So I'm not saying they're gonna win MSI, but I expect a few upsets here and there.
I think they could win a few games. I think the people that said that LCS got a lot better this year are just coping out their ass. It's terrible, man.
If we're talking about LCS, if we're talking about Western comparison into say the LEC, I think so. I think personally right now, G2 isn't really challenged by anyone. Really.
I agree.
Yeah. They walk over everyone and just don't get punished at all.
They don't. And like the thing is, I was telling my friend, I was like, you really think that they're gonna pull out a Kog'Maw against BLG? Come on now. Let's be real. They'll put we know that I forgot the ADC for. We know the ADC for BLG will pull out Lucian Nami. They'll do Lucian Nami and make them look like fourth. If you
haven't been watching BLG, that guy on an Elk, that bot lane that basically just butt graped everyone last year. Yeah, they're actually even better now because Knight is going to cover for them. Actually, right. Now they have a better mid laner than last year. They were already really good last year. They were torching people last year. It honestly wasn't their fault. BLG pretty much lost any of those major series other than Night Gap, as I would say.
I would say though, if we compare LEC to LCS, yes. Just looking at a pure, come on.
Just gameplay wise, yeah. I was just more or less so speaking on I thought the LCS, specifically the LCS quality, not comparing to the LEC, I just thought the LCS was really, really bad. Honestly, those games were a nightmare to watch. Good lord, those Dignitas games, those Shotfire Billion games, especially IMT. Watching IMT play was just awful. I was like, bro, what's his name? Mayonnaise, ketchup, mustard? Where the fuck his name is these days?
You stupid.
This fool couldn't even volley barrel properly. This guy out here punching ground, trying to dig up the fucking dirt for his dead career.
Oh, shit.
Oh, shit. Well, we're going to the LEC now, and the LEC 2024 Spring Split is over, and we know who's going to MSI, G2 and Fnatic. I mean, yeah, I know Fnatic's not that good, but I didn't want anyone else going kind of outside the G2 and Fnatic anyway. If you think I wanted Mad Lions there, I would have. Nah, I'm good, honestly. So, where are we going to start tonight, boys? Let's start it. Bring up the Leaguepedia. Bring up the Leaguepedia article. Where do we start? Actually, I like trashing on Karmine Corp because I fucking hate them sometimes. I want to go trash on them first. Let's trash on Camel Toe's team, actually. Okay, Kometo. Fucking hell. Can't never get these fucking names right. This is in dark mode, which I don't like, obviously. So let's go through all the teams. Let's do... All right. Karmine Corp is last, as we should start with them first. Only makes sense. All right. Karmine Corp kicked Yamato Cannon. That was the only change they made. They just kicked Yamato Cannon. For what reason? I have no idea. Because reasons, obviously. And then they actually looked worse without Yamato than with him. At least in Winter Split, they were going to win these games, obviously. But they were at least like somewhat competitive in some games. They looked like they were making some improvements. Even last split, the wins that they got last split at the end of the split.
The whole 2 wins?
Yeah, the wins that they got looked way more better than the wins they got this split. The wins they got this split look like some pity sex wins.
Let me tell you what Karmine Corp did wrong. They should have just kept their entire roster from EU Masters and go with it. The reason I say you do that is because they all have synergy and they all know how to work together. We've seen this from plenty of teams. The perfect example is Everate that became Griffin. I'm not saying they're on that level. I'm saying that when you've played with someone for so long and you know how to understand, I think they would have probably been middle of the pack if they kept the Kalist guy, if they kept Syncroft, and they just kept their roster. You got a lot of egos on there. Bo wants to play carry style. Upset to me is still unproven. Unfortunately, he hasn't won one championship. And then you got Targamas, who I think was better with the other ADC than with, because remember, Targamas was with Kalist and they played in EU Masters. That's why they won EU Masters.
I don't think it's old enough to compete in the LEC. I think that's the reason why they got upset. I think he's 17.
They got upset for this year.
Upset is just basically a gatekeeper until they can get the other guy in next year because of the age requirement.
But I still think I still keep Syncroft because he knows how Cabochard plays, and
I have no clue why they kicked off Syncroft. That doesn't make any sense at all. It's just stupid. I guess they're thinking, hey, Bo was just an upgrade over Syncroft, so it'll make it work better. But it's like, that's not how League functions anymore. Yeah, like, getting a player upgrade is fine, but if that player doesn't synergize with that other guy properly, it doesn't matter if it's an upgrade. It's going to look worse by comparison, you know?
Yep.
So that's just my thing with Karmine Corp. They have two up their front. They went literally 4 and 14 in 2 splits. Not gonna lie, they went 4 and 14 in 2 splits. Okay. And remember, we were always told if Karmine Corp enter the league, you're gonna be better than Astralis and all these other orgs. Yeah, I don't know about that.
Personally, I don't like this format. This format is not that great. I don't like the best of 3 format, and I don't like this format. And now LCS is gonna adopt this format, by the way, soon. I don't know if you saw that news.
It's gonna be just this format, 3 weeks of this format, and then you have
best of threes. Best of threes. Yep, they're doing the same format.
This is my opinion. I think if you can't win 4 games in 3 weeks, you're fucking trash. It's 4 best of 1s in 3 weeks. I think if you can't win that many games in that amount of time, I think you just shouldn't be playing playoffs anyway. But I
think you should add 1 more game to keep it even. I don't like that it's 9. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's a weird number.
If it was 18, like it was before?
No, keep it at 10. Have 10 games. 10 games is
Oh, yeah,
more
yeah, you're
than enough.
right. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah.
9 is just very weird. It's not a it's I don't know. I personally think that
Mhm.
a lot of teams I think a lot of teams now with the way the
Mhm.
format is only playing for the 4 wins.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which and you get what I'm saying, like Chaz and MSK, like they're not playing to like because we've seen teams in the prior splits when there was the old one, right? When it was like
Yeah.
two, when there was more games, they would have start off horribly, but end the split like
Yeah.
10-6. You know what I
Because the
mean?
thing here, given how the league has dropped off in quality, I don't really think getting 4 wins off these teams is even as hard, honestly. Like, is it hard to get wins off Karmine Corp, Rogue, and Mad Lions and Giant X? The fact that Giant X and Rogue and Karmine Corp exist in the league, that's almost essentially free wins right
I, I
there,
think
you
Rogue,
know?
I think Rogue picked up late in the split. Because they remember they were the only team the only those 2 losses by G2 in this is by Rogue.
Mm-hmm.
So imagine if Rogue was in the playoffs, they might have been the only team to beat G2, which would have been sad.
That'd be crazy, honestly. Yeah. Well, for Karmine Corp, Lord, I know they're going to be going through a lot of roster changes. I know they got closer for Bo now, and I don't know what's going to happen with the other parts of the team. Actually, we heard it's going to be a complete overhaul, or they're going to be making massive changes. They started off getting a new jungler. I think that may or may not be the best thing. It depends because I don't think Bo was their worst player at all. But you know, and his English was fine.
He
He
needs to
wasn't rapping in
he needs
their
to go.
voice comms.
Well, he was chewing.
No, that was Sakin.
No, no, that was Bo. That was Bo.
No, Sakin.
Imagine if I was on this stream doing this the entire time when you're talking.
I'd choke the shit out of you. I'd actually just choke you. I'd get
No,
in your room right now, invisibly, and choke the shit out of you.
I think Carmine Corp is going to. I think they put their expectations way too high. They put
Yeah.
their expectations way too high.
The fact
That's
that they
my
kept
opinion.
Targamas after winter is mind blowing. Targamas is by far and away just trash. Sakin is useless. I knew that coming in he'd be useless. He was shit when he first came in. He's just a perma scared mid laner. He doesn't pull the trigger.
What do you
He
mean?
never
He
makes.
got 4 EU Master title like Faker. He's four titles. He can't
I
compare
hate
with
you.
Faker.
I hate you so much. I hope you die. Oh god, the whole roster just looks by far and away just so dog shit. I'm sorry. Like, if your mid laner is perma scared to even push a lead, what are you even doing on stage? Get off the stage, bend over, and let Shock stick a black dildo in your ass. Because I
Oh
don't know what else.
shit.
Whoa,
Like, what
whoa,
else? I'm just saying, if Shocks was licking my butthole, tongue all in my ass, I'd be pretty good.
Yeah.
But yeah, Karmine Corp, trash, disappointment, just like my dad's influence in my life. Get the fuck off. Just come back next split with the new roster. Why can't Abadagi and Limit be in the league? Kaiser is free. Chasey is free. Build that team. Build Chasey, Closer, Abadage, Limit, Upset. There's your team. That might make you
no,
get 4 wins.
I think Upset needs to just go to like I don't know. I just don't think Upset is good. I'm sorry.
Well,
He hasn't proven anything. Like he's been on Fnatic.
There was a reason why Fnatic were winning. No way.
No, he was winning because he had Hillisang.
Razork, Hillisang is not a person. That's not even a human being.
Hillisang so far,
Mhm.
you could make an argument that Hillisang helps team. So far, every team that Hillisang's been on, he's been into the playoffs, and he's gone decently far. Like Vitality, I don't know what was in their brains. Like they should have beaten Fnatic personally, but maybe I'm on coke. So
Well, I've been on coke for a long time.
They're doing crack!
Well, yeah. Karmine Corp, dog shit. They've now went combined 4-14 the last 2 splits.
Well,
Literally, if they get 3 wins next split, that's an improvement. That's so bad. That's so fucking pathetic. Like, put the factor in. Like, there's crazy Asian fans for like JDG, T1, JNG, all that stuff. At least those fans are like, hey, fix this roster so we can win Worlds or MSIs. Karmine Corp, the fans are just like, oh, okay, we're just like 10s. No, that's not okay.
You gotta realize these guys are more fans of Valorant than League.
Yeah, or they're just a fan of Kometo than just fucking winning. Apparently now,
that too.
it's just like if you want Karmine Corp to do well as a Karmine Corp fan, you demand roster changes. I'm sorry, like Cavalshard out here in lane, Gragas building Archangel staff first. Like what the fuck?
But that's the build. What are you talking about?
You're gonna be so squishy. You're gonna die every time they dive you.
Well, you go. Well, no, you. Well, he's supposed to build archangels and rod of ages. That's the typical build.
Isn't it rod first? Because you do the stacks first, right?
Yeah.
For
You need
Gragas?
rod. You need rod.
Yeah, you're supposed to do rod
first.
first. He built Archangel staff first, which is like, bruh, he's just trolling. Like, go on stage, make him fucking suck your model's dick or something, because that's just bad.
It's rod of ages, but what's the blue teardrop? A lot of times you're supposed to get that first. Then it's weird because you want to get that extra mana for
the barrels. Yeah.
Ugh. But you build Rod of Ages first.
All right, on to Rogue. Rogue, yeah, they beat G2. But I was I don't fucking know when I was watching the team. I'll be honest here. There's no difference. Does that mean anything? I don't think it means. Yeah, I mean, yeah, they beat G2, but I mean, no one fucking cares for Rogue anymore. Like, I don't know, man. Watching this team is the same thing as watching GX. Boring, bland, just Zolius and Comp don't work together. Zolius and Comp really don't work together. Talk about anti-synergy. These guys are like fucking a girl and a guy on a blind speed date for the first time. Literally, just both motherfuckers are blind and they're going out.
Comp is like oil water. It's like, that shit don't bitch.
No. What's the line on Friday? No Kool-Aid, no sugar, no Kool-Aid or some shit like that.
Yeah, how you got Kool-Aid but no sugar? How you got ham but no burger? How you got sugar but
water
no milk?
and cereal? Water and cereal. That's fucking disgusting. That's actually gross. Oh, who else was here? Larson, he couldn't really do anything the whole split. I mean, he's just. I think he was just content with just fucking going like, all right, whatever happens, honestly.
Nope.
Like, who's the guy? Marcoon, the jungler? Nothing happens out of him. Marcoon and Larson, synergy doesn't work. And they had Finn.
No. Remember, they had Zagenda and they made...
Yeah, sorry, Zagenda and Winter. Now they had Finn. Yeah. And then they just had Finn. Finn just existed. Like, Finn did make stuff happen, but Finn is not smart enough as a player to convert any leads.
He was better than Zagenda. Finn wasn't emptying his way to Zagenda was just God, he was just unimpactful damn lane.
Like Freddy 112, he did draft for them pretty good. His drafts are never like bad, but I don't really know what Rogue's plan is. Like, this roster needs changing too. I swear to God, if they run with this roster into summer, they'll be like, no, we can like do well. It's okay. We do synergy with the split.
I think you run it. I don't think, unless you are like Karmine Corp, I don't think you spend anything, because remember, you got to negotiate contracts. You also got to think if you're going to put, if it doesn't, let's say there's only two options, outcomes. Either it works or it doesn't work. And if it works, now you have to extend their contract. If it doesn't work, by the end of the split, now you got to get a new person. So I say run it back, and if whatever happens, you let the players go after the split. You're
probably right. Because like, you got to factor in, for them to even make Worlds, they would have to like legitimately get to the finals or the lower bracket third.
They
would
have to win. They literally, if any.
Oh, you're right. You're right. Mm-hmm.
Any team below BDS right now.
So between Giant X to Karmine Corp, right?
They literally would have to go all the way to the finals to win. And win it.
And that's not happening for any of them orgs
Think about it. Even with Team Vitality, think about the Final Four. But Vitality had the hardest road to MSI. All Fnatic and BDS had to do was get to the finals.
Yeah, just it. Yeah.
And then get stopped by G2. G2 was already qualified. Vitality just didn't have to get to the final. Vitality could have got to the finals and lost and nothing. Fnatic or
that would have been. Imagine how demoralizing that would be. Getting to the finals, and then unless you win it, you don't get to go to MSI. And the other teams that did make it could have made it. That's fucking demoralizing as hell. That's crazy.
You probably would have to play a tiebreaker or something to
Oh, thank God. Yeah, because that'd be pretty fucked if you got to the finals and you lost, but the other guys who didn't make it over you would go. Glad we didn't get in that fucking scenario.
Because they do that dumbass championship points from this winter split. That's
what I don't like. That's what I agree with you, Chaz. I don't like that. I
don't like it either
they have effectively 4 championships each split.
4 is like that's either finals is like that fucked over.
I don't think people count season finals as a trophy. I don't count.
Yes.
Yeah, I forgot. It technically does count as a trophy, but it's like that counts.
Yeah, that's
okay. Oh, by the way, G2 has 14 titles, not 12. I think Caps has 12.
Caps probably has most of that by him. Oh no, sorry. He had 2 on Fnatic, and then he had how many?
10 with G2, I believe.
What a madman! Holy shit!
Yeah, it's a shit ton because G2 has 14. But like 8 of those or 7 of those came within the last 6 because they did with Brick. But yeah, because they even include season finals now. I'm like, oh fuck, okay, that's just a lot of games for no reason.
All right,
but yeah,
let's go to SK Gaming. Actually, I truly think if they make one roster change, this team could be challenging for top 4.
I think they get rid of the coach.
I think the biggest problem with the team is the mentality from this team. Basically, after they threw that game against BDS, they just kept choking every game, and they just couldn't mentally recover. One game against BDS, they lost it where they easily could have won BDS. I think this team is actually way better than what their record shows. I think they could be top 4. Do you make a roster change? I think you get rid of DOS. If you make a roster change, I can get rid of DOS. That's my opinion.
I think you get rid of the coach. Swiffer has been with them since for like almost 3 years. Like, come on, man.
Really?
Yeah. Check if you look up on Wikipedia, Leaguepedia right now. Swiffer. Check how long he's been with SK. They need a coaching change. I don't think he hasn't. There's some questionable drafts by him. Also, I'm like, why are you playing like Bard, putting DOS on Bard?
Well, he let DOS have Camille's support in a deciding game to win the best of 3 to move on. I don't know if it's a player calling for that because they have influence on the draft as well. But I think for either you make a coaching change or I think you make a player change.
I think for sure you keep Irrelevant. Everybody else is
is I think keep it relevant and Exakick. I think Izuma hasn't really proven himself yet, but he is new. I'll give him the one more split. I would say if you're gonna make a change, maybe coach or you get rid of DOS because he is definitely the weakest link of the team by far. Like they could be performing so much better in the game. You could tell they have an idea how they want to play the game. They just fucking choke.
Yes, Swiffer been there since December of 2021.
Oh fuck, that's crazy. I mean, he's kind of gotten the most out of the roster. Like, because last year they were so close to getting the 3rd on the split, and then this year they had a chance at beating Fnatic. They choke in that best of 3. They have a chance that actually they lose to Vitality. I think they're a bit stronger than Vitality in terms of like actual gameplay, not like player strength, but just gameplay overall. Like going into this split, they really need to buckle down and be like, hey, okay. If we're ahead, we need to get Baron. We need to set up vision for Baron. If we're ahead, like they're ahead, just team fight properly and win the game. You don't got to have your ADC diving into the backline against the Olaf. Don't do that. That's retarded. Like, they just make really boneheaded decisions for no reason. They're just costing themselves free games. They're not terrible.
I don't think Niski needed to, like, Adam said something in the press. He was like, Niski needs to wake up. I don't know what Niski changed, but something changed, and that's in this split. So I long story short, I think I think this is definitely a run back roster. They have potential. They're not bad. It's not like they've literally had leads and blown them.
Come on, like let's be honest. They're better than Giant X. That's not even a competition. They're better than Mad Lions. They're better than Rogue. They're better than Karmine Corp. It's just all these losses right here.
They're better than Team Heretics.
If they hadn't choked all these games, they'd be 6-3. Honestly, all those games were winnable.
Team Heretics is a fraud. Like, I mean, as much as I want Yankos to get back,
hate Spanish people.
Oh yeah, Bandito. Taco.
I love tacos. I love looking
at perks was wise. I looked at it. I'm like, what the fuck is this dude? I was like, I was like, what? I've been to the Perks was washed on Peter Heretic. I was like,
Just saying, Lennon is a taco, and her taco tastes exquisite. Well, back to the.
but and guess what? Perks being on the bench is where he needs to belong. Because my God,
He needs to grow some hair. Motherfucker has had no hair since like 2016. All right, so Mad Lions Koi. Let's be honest here. We knew this was going to happen. All of us said, okay, you got second in winter. Let's see if you can kind of keep it as a consistent thing.
They overachieved the winter. Some teams were just bad.
Yeah, the only players that they have good were Merwin, El Yoya, and what's his name? The support, Alvaro. Those are the only good players they have.
Super's the best ADC. What are you talking about?
Don't. I'm done.
Okay.
Down on the corner, eating my ass. What?
He's stupid. Nah. There was times where Super was like top 3.
He's the reason why they lost. He's the reason why they didn't win even a lot more playoff games than they did. Remember last split? Yeah, what?
No, I'm sorry. When you highlighted, why is Chasey still on the roster?
They have him as a backup.
That's so stupid. He's better than Merwin. That's so
just
stupid.
sell him to a different team. What? Just get money. Sell that guy. Chasey isn't like dog shit. He could be on somebody's roster.
You know,
Otawamne gets to be on the roster, but Chasey doesn't. Come on.
I mean, he's gone now.
I hear rumors is Otawamne is going to be gone. I think Chasey would fit well on Heretics.
Yeah.
Over Wonder, okay.
Yeah, Wonder's been coasting for a while. He doesn't do anything in lane.
Wonder has been pretty average, but I mean, if you're looking at someone that's proven right now, I would pick Chasey and give him a second chance. I think he's better than.
Remember, keep in mind, I want people to understand how bad the league is in terms of economics. Chasey won Spring Split last year, made a finals, went to MSI, and he's not on a roster. Keep in mind, he went to Worlds too. He went to Worlds, won a split, and went to MSI, and he's not on a roster, but Cavalshard is. That's fucking crazy. Like, I don't know how bad nepotism has gotten for some of these guys. Even if you win a title, even if you win multiple titles, you could be out of a job. What? Why even play this anymore? Why even play this game?
Well, it's like the PCS issue. I think that LEC is actually cheaper than people think. Because just like you said, Chasey's like, well, I won MSI. I've been to Worlds. You know, just like players in real sports. Where's my money? I'm worth it. I've proven it. But they're like,
can get top ramen. You know.
Yeah, good egg roll. So they're like, well, Merwin is new and he wants to show him. We'll be like, Merwin, you got a contract for a year. You'll be making $75,000. He's like, wow, that's more lunch money than my mom gave me. Yeah, So that's what
LEC thing of like ever since Fnatic got caps from that one Turkish team, everyone's been thinking like, oh, who's the next caps? We got to get the next Caps, the next Larson, the next Inspired, the next Humanoid. It's like, bro, do you people know how sports work? That's not always going to happen every year. It's not a thing. That is a rare thing, for being completely honest here. They keep thinking, we bring this random guy up, he'll be the next Caps for this lane, and we'll just have our own Caps. And it's like, that's just terrible. Well, that's the mindset. That's bad.
I'm just happy that Mac and Pad proved that they should not have gotten rid of those two.
They just wanted an Espanol immigrant taco eating roster. It's cool. But just in general, with Mad Lions, honestly, they just played really, really bad. It wasn't even the fact that they're just like average. Everything they did well in winter, they just did worse. They just basically the team. This is exactly who we thought they were. Now they're just showing it. That's pretty much just all it is.
Talking about Super's the best ADC. He said it.
All right, Giant X. All right, BDS. I'm just everything with its org is an L. Just saying.
Giant X. All I have to say is that I thought it was silly that they got rid of Limit and Abadage. That was silly.
I was going to understand. Okay, now, you're right. We'll go over Giant X. Abadage comes in, basically borderline MVP performance. Should have gotten an MVP. Got them to finals, and they were like, you know what? Let them get Jackies. Hello? What? I'm saying people are retarded. You could win the split. You could quite literally put on an MVP performance, and you get kicked for a random just fucker.
They're
what
cheap.
Makes sense?
I'm telling you, MSK, they're just cheap. Like a lot
Yep.
of rosters are downsizing unless you're like proven. The only reason why humanoid caps have these they'll never get kicked off is because they literally have to play 1v9 in order to keep
Yeah, yeah.
their stock and value. If you're not like a broken blade or
Mhm.
like caps or like Hillis,
Yeah,
even Hillisang may int, he's still gonna get a roster because of he's just proven himself. So they'd rather
yeah.
take a proven person than someone that's like, oh, did he just have one good year? That's what they're looking at some of these players. Oh, he only had one good year, so let's go with the rookie instead.
Right? Yeah, it's fucking crazy. Like a guy could come in, basically get them to finals. We got them to finals. XL, it was in XL last year. XL back to back 10th place.
Yep.
I think they went like 1-8. They went like two and
One it was
sixteen.
1-8. It was no, it was 1-8, and I think it was 2-7. And they could have had a chance, and they whiffed to the Sun.
Oh
All they
shit!
needed to do was get to 3 wins. They could do that, because the spring split was like that was a freaking nightmare. They
Yeah.
were like 3 of 15. They got rid of their
Mhm.
mid later before. I forgot who the fuck his name was. And
Oh, they had Vetio, and then they had who they had before Abadage? Yeah, it was Vetio. Yeah,
Yeah,
it
yeah,
was Vetio.
Vito.
they kicked Vestia the fuck off.
Oh, they weren't even supposed to even have Vetio. I'm pretty sure everyone heard the rumors where basically someone in Vetio's camp, an agent, leaked some information, and that kind of put pressure on XL to sign him, even though they didn't even really want him. And the players on the team are like, we don't even want this guy. I can see why people don't want to play with Vetio. He's actually just pretty overrated as a player. He's not really that good, honestly. You tell from his personality when he streams, I wouldn't want to play with that guy. And yeah, they got Abadage, and they were like, you know what? You're not good enough. Is finals and winning a split not good enough? Then I don't even know why would you want to be a player anymore. Even if you win the highest thing you can with such a trophy, or if you get finals, even multiple finals, actually, it's not good enough. Like, what? Why would you play here? What you had a better chance going to CB Law and doing Rapanese with those people and winning splits than being here.
Okay.
I do think that Ignar was an upgrade over Limit a little bit. I do
Yeah.
honestly
Yeah.
he was an upgrade over Limit. So I think if you kept Abadage and if you kept who else? Yeah, if you just kept Abadage and you just and you brought in
Mhm.
Ignar, I think that because remember Abadage played with Ignar back on Schalke way
He did.
back.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yep.
And
So
that
I
roster was definitely punching above their weight, given how much there were the good Fnatic and G2 rosters, remember? So
Yeah, so I mean, yeah, like you said, there's not much to talk about. Giant X. That's all I gotta say
also the
to it.
gameplay is just boring. Like watching them is so boring. I I just start napping when I see them playing. Boring as fuck. Good. Cool Kuangdu? What's up, man? How you doing? Nice to meet you. Oh, Vetio, Vitio. Fuck. He's a French baguette. Fuck him. All right. BDS. Oh,
They performed to expectation.
BDS is a team. I think Thorin said it, and it's kind of a sentiment that I've had for a long time with some of these teams. Basically, BDS is a team that has not good players, really. They kind of only perform better because the teams with better players perform worse. And people are probably like, you saying they're bad. I am saying they're bad. They're not a good team. They're only kind of getting this way because other teams with legitimately better players are doing worse. That's really all it is. Like, there are players around Monster. These players are pretty bad or average at peak. I think the coaching staff
No,
is the reason why they're punching above their weight.
the
Like Nook is pretty mid for being honest. He's not anything
no
special.
Nuke. If you saw the series, Nuke performed better than Humanoid that entire series.
That series he did.
He performed way better. You could see it. He had CS leads. He was trying his best. I think Nuke really showed that he's improved as a player. So I don't think it's Nuke. And
Mhm.
if all this, another thing that this whole like story of Adam only plays Darius, he only plays Garen. No, if you look at Adam's champion pool for the last two splits, he's
Yeah.
played Rumble, he's played Gragas, he played Zac, he played Sion, he's played
Mhm.
Cassante, he's played a whole. He's changed his pool. So this whole notion that he can't play these other that's changed. He's changing that now. So it's
Mhm.
not that. So I don't know. I think it's a mental. I think they need a sports psychologist. I honestly think so because they should have won that series against Fnatic. They really should have.
Kuhong Du says, "What do you think of Thanatos joining C9? People are saying supposed to be the best top laner in the LCS, even though he's a rookie. I wouldn't, for me personally, I wouldn't say he's going to be the best top laner in a new region based off. There's a lot that goes into that. Being the best would also imply that he's going to be able to acclimate to the LCS, synergize with his teammates, being able to do what they need. I think Reaper being the coach is going to make him improve a little bit more faster compared to other coaches.
Because Reaper was a top laner,
yeah,
and he's Korean.
I don't know if he'll come out just being the best LCS top laner, but the LCS top lane pool is pretty solid for the most part.
Yeah, it's pretty decent.
Yeah.
I would say Thanatos is gonna be pretty decent, and I think he's gonna be receptive. I think me personally, I would have not gotten a Korean top laner. I would have said, if I'm gonna get someone, I'm gonna get someone from EU.
Hell yeah, get revenge.
EU. Anyway, only because of the language barrier does play a factor. So I would have looked at some top laners from EU. That's my opinion, because it really does. It makes a difference, language, just for communication, for just talking purposes, to get to know the team. I think that's just a personal opinion. But BDS, I don't know. I think they overperformed.
Did you see the mic check that they had? I think the difference in their mentality is big too. Fnatic, when they were down, they were talking about, we'll just improve, go next game, improve, go next game. Hey, we're gonna go game 5. It'll be a series. BDS are like, hey, let's not choke. Hey, one more game, guys. The difference in mentality was really there. Like, they really honestly had no business losing that series in general, but they just were weak mental, and once they started losing. Yeah, go ahead.
No, the only pick I didn't like was, I didn't like that Darius pick, but I get why. But the thing is,
they're already up in the series. I understand it.
I think the thing is, if he's gonna pick Darius, then Shale has to. Then they have to draft a bot lane where they're self-sufficient, because the first thing they want to do is, we don't want Adam going crazy on Darius. And look what they did. They literally made sure to take him out of the game, and that's what they did to Darius.
I also think Shale's really honestly not been consistently performing. He has some very, very bad games. Ice is kind of just what Noah is. I think Ice has a little bit more carry potential. I think he does take a little bit more agency than Noah does. Labrov, they're such an odd team. I don't know if I would have liked seeing them at MSI, honestly. That level of mentality, they might have just went 0-6, them scrimming teams like that. They might have just went fucking blowout, honestly. Chaz, what do you think about BDS, actually?
I was surprised that they were up 2-0. I was like, what the fuck? And then something in my head says, we've seen this before, haven't we? BDS.
Remember last spring?
That's why I was like, wait a second. We see BDS go up 2-0 and then just completely fall out the damn sky. Like, I was like, yep.
Even Adam said in the mic check, he was like, hey, the reverse sweep might happen. Bruh, no!
That was that bullshit. He jinxed it. He knew what the script was about. Go up 2-0.
You know what time it was. You know the time. He was like, bro, I'm going home and I'm getting my dick sucked by a French girl. It's going to be watching MSI through my computer screen. People compare Thanatos to Zeus, a younger version. If he can be Zeus for Cloud9, that'll make them a lot stronger, honestly.
Yeah, because
do you all think NA is stronger than EU this year? I do, but then again, I don't know.
That's a coin toss, because
like FlyQuest versus G2, I don't know. I think they're about to get pretty handed to them, honestly. But
that was the same thing people saw about G2 and NRG. That's it. We don't know what the fuck's gonna happen.
Yeah,
that's the same.
Yeah. This year the teams are honestly so bad. Honestly, anything could happen. Really, I think when they face Fnatic is the worst team to face off against FlyQuest. Oh my god, they're probably gonna get absolutely just completely railed. Honestly. But then again, who knows? They have Bwipo, and he could probably eat half the teams. All right, so
you stupid.
All right, Team Heretics, Team Rapanese, El Pango, El Tacos.
They did improve. However, it was marginal, because they only went to the next round of the best of threes, which isn't saying much, right? So I think record-wise, they improved, right? You
Yeah.
could see the improvement. And Spyro, I don't know. I really hate this whole rookie thing because it's like
Yeah.
the way people make rookie sound is like they're 17, like they're 18. And I checked, this guy is like 24.
He's 25.
He's
Yeah,
25?
24. Yeah. Hmm.
He's not a rookie. He's a grown ass man. Like what are you talking about?
I
I'm not
mean,
trying.
the rookie in a sense means new to whatever you're coming up to.
Right,
That's he's new to that.
right.
But he's been playing.
A long
In a
ass
long
time.
time.
Yeah,
He should have got his shot. Like, given how he was playing the way he was, he should have got his shot ages ago, honestly. Like, he's LEC caliber, I would say. More
Listen,
than at least Jackie's is.
I
Damn, your titties are
personally
looking
think,
nice.
and I was telling my friend this the other night, I think that the roster they had with Evie, VTO, get rid of Mercer, keep Flackid, that was a fine roster. Everybody, because I think Yankos could have taught VTO stuff and make him get better. And I thought that he's not a star player. He can play weak side, you can put him on a carry, but he's okay. And like I thought that was a well-rounded team. But then the coach and Heretics is like, we're G2 2.5. No, you're AOL.
Yeah, it would be crazy. This might be a hot take, but they actually downgraded going from Evie to Wonder. That's actually kind of a downgrade in a lot of senses. Like, Evie did, despite him having flaws to his gameplay, a lot of them, he did massively create big advantages for them in other areas. Like, he would soak up so much more damage than Wonder's been able to. I think them getting Trimby actually made them a whole lot better.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, a lot of the series were closer. I think they have an issue also with mid-game. They don't really honestly know what to do exactly in mid-game. They were in a lot of really close scenarios to win a lot of series. Just fumbled and messed up in a lot of them too, you know? But that's the best thing that I can say about them. I mean, they actually improved. They got close to doing something, I guess. That's kind of it. And Trimby, you know, I don't know why this guy has to go to... Trimby goes to all these other teams, just performs so much better, makes them a whole lot better. And other teams are like, nah, you can have him. No, you can have him. You just have him. It's like, what are you doing? Just keep him. The fact that Fnatic got rid of him is insane. But they're going to MSI without him. So, I mean, what the fuck do we know?
I'm telling you, MSK, it's what I remember. I watched a Loco Doco stream, and he was telling me, oh, this is way back. We're talking like 2019, 2020, something like that. He was saying that a lot of rosters don't pay players as much as LCS gets off the retirement home. They don't make a lot of money, so they rather have a rookie.
A lot of people think it's because you're on like the top rosters, you're getting paid all the big bucks, and it's just that's not how that goes, honestly. Yeah. What do you think if 2019 G2 played this year? Do you think they will do well in the LEC? Yeah, the LEC looks really bad, honestly. They probably might have just went undefeated, honestly. These teams are terrible. These guys are actually awful. We'll save G2 for last. Team Vitality.
They improved.
Yeah.
You cannot say that they improved.
They were weirdly inconsistently consistent, which I think was odd. Photon was actually pretty good. I think this guy's been elo held for a while. He was, like, to me, he's been pretty much like the best top laner for a while here. He's been doing great.
Stop it. No, Irrelevant's better than him. Stop it.
You're crazy. You're absolutely insane.
Chaz, come on, back me up on this, Chaz. You're telling me that
No way. You're gonna take fat fuck over Ching Chong?
He lost weight, actually, but okay.
Yeah, no, he lost weight. No, Irrelevant has better game. Go look at it like this. Irrelevant is the best player on his team. That's not even close. It's like Photon, you could say last year might have been top 2 player of the team. Now it's like 2 or 3. It's like I would still go with Irrelevant. If you swap Irrelevant and Photon, Vitality makes it to the finals.
Thank you. Thank you.
I think Photon's great. The issue is it's the same thing last year. The minute Photon fell behind, he got fucked. Because there was times where Photon could be a top lane carry by himself, but then they would leave him by himself, and they would 3v1, like the enemy team was 3v1, and nobody helps him.
I don't think that's a problem with Photon. That's the problem with the team not actually playing for his advantage. Because most of the time, when they're ahead, they have not played for him at all. He's winning lane constantly getting solo kills under tower, taking turret
But
plates.
the issue, even was what we was sometimes for Photon, is kind of fucked. It was like okay, he's losing lane and he should be losing. It's like,
how many lanes do we see him lose? Every time I watch the games, he was the only reason why they were doing well, outside of Karmine.
he's the only reason why they were winning. But he in the team fights, they always know take him out first. It's literally you take him out
That's
first.
why I think when they're getting that new guy, what's his name, Linkus, that might actually be better. If Linkus knows how to play and cover Photon, they'll be a stronger team.
Like,
they're getting rid of Douglas.
I don't care about Vetio all that much. Vetio is such a fucking... He's like humanoid, except worse. They have good games. He has bad games. It's just...
They getting rid of Vetio?
No, they're getting rid of Douglas for Linkus.
Douglas. They should have never... I would have kept both.
I mean, Douglas did play... I mean, I don't know.
I think Douglas can go to another team. Maybe Douglas can go to Rogue. He'll do better there.
I don't know. I mean...
no, God.
I don't think anyone goes to Rogue and do better
I don't think Douglas goes anything. I think...
Douglas over Marcoon?
No.
Yeah. Marcoon fucking sucks right now.
What? You see Douglas out here? Douglas the reason why
Marcoon's ran it? Marcoon running it.
You know every time team Douglas would misposition, they get super. See, this is why I like Photon, but at the same time, I'm like, he don't help nobody outside. Like, if you don't come to top lane the first few minutes, Photon just stays up there, and then when he team fights, it's like he don't really peel for his team. He ain't blocking or nothing. Like Irrelevant does, it's like his thing is the other team don't snipe him out and you damage him enough. It's like, nah, Douglas was a complete liability for Team Vitality this year.
That's the problem.
Sometimes this guy misposition, they catch him off, knock him out, and it's like, oh, okay, you're 4v5, and then Douglas come back and get killed again. You're like, oh god, okay.
And that's the problem is having a rookie like that. I mean, people understand when you take rookies, you take the highs and lows with them. You're taking all the lows of their gameplay, right? Douglas is someone who, didn't really understand about how to play through a lane. When Photon is completely winning, he needs to go there and specifically put pressure lead. He would go mid, and him and Vetio synergy doesn't work very well. He sometimes they pulled up a few ganks well, but other than that, he didn't go bot ever. As much as bot dives were completely terrible, him playing Rel is just an auto loss. Actually, I can see why they got rid of him, but I wouldn't get rid of him entirely of like him not having a team anymore. I think he's just not ready.
The issue is Team Vitality just didn't really work as a team like that. It was Karmine and Hillsing that worked as a team. Vetio was just
on an island by himself.
He was literally him and Photon were on an island. Mm-hmm. Like, it was like.
Also, Karzi has also played really well. People can say he's like the best ADC or top 3 ADC.
He's up there. I don't know. He's top 3 though. I don't know about that.
Who are you taking then?
Taking Ice.
Over here.
I mean, Blackett actually I thought played really, really well too. Just by Heretics looking like shit. I know you're on crack, man.
Over
Karzi, no way.
Karzi had too many games where I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? Like,
that's Ice.
That's Ice too, but it's like there's times where I'm like, okay, I trust Ice and LeBron.
All right, he's trolling.
No, I'm dead ass. I don't know. You know how I like Hillsing, but man, there's just sometimes I'm like, what the fuck are you doing, Hillsing? It's like, oh shit.
All right. Let's go to Fnatic. I don't even fucking hell. Because we said most of the time, I just said the same thing I said before, and I'll just kind of advance it, which is they have the weirdest team ever. They are individually good. They are just never on the same page. Yeah. In the G2 in the G2 final, they kept getting lane swapped on, and they just couldn't adjust to it. That means they have no adaptability. So if the MSI patch has lane swaps, they are completely fucked. If they can't even adapt to 3 lane swaps in a series, which is consecutively the same team, they're about to get ass railed.
Out of the 4 teams coming out of the West, they are the weakest out of the 4 major regions.
People factor in G2, walked in the Baron pit and stole it from them when they were ahead in the game. Remember, some of those games they're ahead in. That series probably should have been 5 games. But you are not getting that. If that's not JD, because they're at home jerking off. If that's Top Esports or BLG or T1 or Genji, and they have leads like that, you're not getting in there and stealing a Baron. That's just not happening. Basically the team kind of comes down to like Razork. Razork needs to have an immense carry game. So there's a lot of pressure on Razork to perform. Humanoid can have the odd game here and there where he does perform, but that's not really something consistent you can rely on. Oscar Renan's a rapping taco. I really don't. So Oscar Renan just doesn't need to get beaten by 369 and Ben as hard.
What's scaring?
You mean Oscar Renan? Fuck that. Fuck that. He's about to get beat by Impact. The fuck you talking about?
He just has to not get beaten by Ben.
Just thinking about the name. Oscarin.
You talking about Oscar getting beat by Ben? Fuck that. He not gonna be able to beat Impact at this point.
He won't even beat Robo.
Oh no! God! I swear to God, Oscar.
Oh
what the fuck?
Oh Lord!
If
Shaggy Cellulite, I just saw. Stop it.
If Oscar gets beat by Robo, fuck that. Fnatic needs to find a way to give Robo a contract.
Imagine this. Imagine a world like this where Fnatic lose to Loud and they get rid of Oscar Renan for Robo. Thank you, Oscar Renan. We want to welcome Robo, bro.
Shit.
Burn the whole world.
I mean, Oscar is from Spain and Robo's from Brazil, but it's almost the same shit. Like, I swear to God, hey.
I don't know.
Y'all better not fuck. They better not lose to no fucking CB low or
they have the lowest floor for most of these teams. Like I do understand the team is comprised of some good players, but it just feels like the team has already kind of peaked. Honestly, these players have peaked already. Together.
No, I think so. Here's my thinking. I think. Hey, I didn't know that. Tony said hi.
What's up, Tony?
He was like way earlier. Oh, hi, Tony. You're still here. I think you replace Oscarin. That's it. Because outside of Cassante, I don't think he was that good.
Yeah.
I agree. Yeah.
Am I wrong?
He wasn't as bad as he was in winter, but he wasn't anything special. Like literally every top laner we talked about before, Relevant, Photon, Broken Blade, Adam, were all better, honestly. I mean, heck, even Merwin was better, honestly. He is on Mad Lions. I wouldn't say Otawame was better because that's just hell. But like, I don't know, because like
I would say
with Noah, like Noah is also they're basically sending ice because they're basically sending ice to MSI if we're counting what Noah is. Noah's not going to be a carry factor for them.
Oh hell no!
Like he can only really carry on Kalista, Philios, and Jinx. Every other ADC, he's pretty much just.
I feel there's gonna be auto ban. That's been he has Kalista and Jinx because Philios is damn near auto ban. But most Korean teams are just gonna auto ban. Yeah, unless they don't take it themselves, they're gonna auto ban like Philios. That at this point is not for Noah. Judge gonna get whatever support and still get fucked. And that okay. You have Humanoid, who's they could give him whatever champion. He's fuck. I think the only support I would say Humanoid is better than APA, and that's it.
Yeah,
I mean, out of the major regions.
The thing with Fnatic this past split is like G2 disrespect them so hard they could just end the game, but they'd rather just play for Pentas. That's how you can tell they don't give a fuck about what Fnatic does, honestly.
At that point, it was Penta, and they still couldn't stop them after they were like.
Yeah. Last thing we'll talk about is G2.
But that even with that, it was like, remember when they were like Fnatic was winning that team fight, but forgot that Cap TP to the fucking base and took out the damn Nexus, and they never clicked. Oh, why are there only 4 people here? No shit, the motherfucker is in your house eating your food, niggas. Eating your damn, drinking your Kool-Aid and playing Tiddlywinks with your damn wife. And by the time you realize the next has been cracked in. Yeah, okay.
And what he means by playing Tiddlywinks is basically eating her pussy out. But, you know.
That too. I was trying to say it without trying to say it. I was trying to be, clean.
So G2, they won the split, as most people predicted. some of the players, obviously, had some struggles, but Caps for sure has just been putting the foot in people's ass. He became the old Caps again. He just
No,
started just raping people.
I don't believe that.
Uh,
I don't believe that. I'm sorry. Caps got beaten in lane sometimes and got solo killed at sometimes. I think Caps what he's doing now, he's not playing these untraditional picks. He's doing what Faker is doing in the sense he's adapting his game and realizing, you know what? I can't play Aurelia mid anymore. I'm just gonna play ASOL, but look really good playing ASOL. And
Yeah,
that's
he's the carry of the
fine.
team.
No, he's
yeah,
not the no, no, no. What I mean
no.
is he's not the Caps before where he would bust out the Akali and you would be terrified. He's not busting out the Akali because he's not as confident as before. He realized people can gap him back if he makes one single mistake. We see that he's gotten solo killed a couple times this split as well. I'm not
Well,
saying
that
that's
is a
a I'm not saying
yeah.
that's a indication, but Caps has slowly. First of all, ASOL was being played in LCS, but yet LEC always clowns on LCS. I find that hypocritical
I
and
think people just
laughable at the
are
same
just
time.
dumb. Asol, the nerfs were not that bad. Asol is a disgustingly powerful champion.
Right, and I think also
Even
Ziggs is
Chovy
good in
played
mid.
it. Chovy probably looked at. I'm not saying Chovy looked at APA, but it's like he's like, well, this champion's actually pretty fucking strong. Honestly,
I
that
mean,
fact people just stop playing it's ridiculous. Honestly,
the thing is
But
though. Go ahead, Chaz.
but don't forget LCK kind of like just automated ASOL there, right? And they know their comp is not good for ASOL. They just try to automate it a lot of times. That's why sometimes the shit like with Kasate goes through. You're like, wait a second, Kasate goes through after the first three pick. You pick it up as your fourth pick, like ASOL. It's like okay, ASOL's not bad. Can we play ASOL? It's like that. That's why
yeah.
you got so. That's why sometimes you got flex picks. That's why people go 80. They're saying, oh, 80 mid, no 80 support. Like
It's either
think about it.
might
There's a lot of
might have flick side mid.
there's a lot of flex picks because I was watching some old was some of the older LCK games. I was like, wait a second, there's a lot of flex picks because think about it. When you see Maokai could be two, 80 could be two. It's like some of these like was it Kasadi could be two, like, but then sometimes you see some of these picks like Rel. You're like, wait a second, they could go Rel two, juggle support, but then sometimes, oh shit, we could probably put Rel top. You're like, wait, what? But it's one of these flex picks where you see some of these teams are just like, all right, cool, let's just try something and see if it works. It's like, okay, we're up 2 games,
Yeah,
you know.
because I think the biggest problem with G2 that's going to come on is like how the other guys going to perform. Because last year it was more like, well, Caps kind of underperformed when it kind of mattered. The other guys were playing well outside of Mickey X. Other guys
Yeah.
were having their struggles too. Caps is playing well, but the other guys are struggling. I don't know, honestly. Because Yike last year, he looked like he didn't know what the hell to do when he was getting out jungled. He
I
got jungled pretty hard.
the thing. Okay, so here's what I'm saying. I think
Mm-hmm.
let let me ask you guys a question. If you put
Yeah.
Yike on Mad Lions, do you think he's a good jungler?
Yeah.
Come on, are we really on
With
coke
these
tonight? Are we
with these
mixing up
guys,
ecstasy?
not this.
I'm not saying I'm not saying he's better than El Yoria, but I'm saying he I think the team would probably work better. Like
Given this kind of playstyle, I think he would work best on like someone like Vitality or Fnatic, honestly.
I think he could work out my line. I don't think he's going to be the world beater like everyone's trying to make him out to be, but I think he'll be good. Like if you
What?
swap him and Alioria,
I think he's yeah. The thing is, he's not going to be obviously as dominant as he is on
yeah,
G2.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Because
That
honestly, I think Razork's just a stronger jungler in general. I
think
think G2 would just be taking Razork next year when the offseason's over.
I think
yeah,
that the lanes cover Yike's mistakes. I would love to see Yike on a team where he doesn't get coverage. What I mean is, if you have to worry about Caps, you got to worry about Broken Blade, and then when Han Sama is actually playing like a human, you got to worry. Like, come on, he's not the same Han Sama since like I don't know 2021 Rogue. Like
yeah.
I'm calling it like it is. He's not the same Han Sama. Like he's I don't know what changed, but I think Caps is still a good player. I just don't think this is the Caps of like 2018, 20 that whole 3-year period. This is a He's on Bjergsen's level at this point. He's on a good team, and what I mean is when he goes to MSI, he's gonna get a rude awakening.
Yeah, I can see that.
Hopefully, he's a lot stronger at MSI this year than he was last year because he's their best player by far right now.
Yeah,
and
I want to see. Yeah, he ain't beating Knight. I know that for sure.
Oh
yeah,
man.
Lord. Fuck. Because what's the thing I want?
Oh, you talking about like cat? No, man, fuck that, man. At this point,
oh, that's what I bring up.
Fuck
the
that
problem.
But my thing is, can Cass beat fucking Jensen? Because we saw Cass last year versus
Palafox.
Yeah, I'm like, God, what the fuck is going on? I'm like, wait a second.
There was an extremely bad. That was Dylan's worst draft by far. Belveth.
Yeah, nah.
Belveth Syndra. Get the.
I don't know what the fuck.
Take that draft back to the.
The Belveth wasn't bad. The Syndra was like, okay.
Oh no, Belveth, Kaisa, fucking Rel, like such L picks. Just so
no
bad.
Damage. That's me. It's
no damage.
That was a tickle fest. You come over, we're gonna have a tickle party with Lennon? Like, what the fuck are we doing? Like, what is this?
You gonna try to tickle me? On my butt?
Nah, man.
All right. So,
okay, all right. Let's wrap this up. Okay.
Yeah, wrap this shit up.
Well, so my thing here with Yike is if Yike, the way G2 is going to perform better, because a lot of the international teams, like Gen.G, T1 teams, they do thrive off mid-jungle synergy. Like, despite T1 losing to Gen.G, Owner does have good synergy with Faker. Kenyon does have good synergy with Chovy. Knight has good synergy with I keep swapping their names. Fucking hell, Zun. Actually, Cream does play well with Tien. Well, big problem with the Western teams has always been mid jungle. Last year, Yike, when he was getting outpaced, even at Worlds, looked like he didn't know what the hell to do. He looked like he just, I don't know what I do. I just do stuff, and it's like you can't have that this year. Last year, I think people gave him a pass for it because it's obviously it's your first time, but this year he can't do that. If G2 wants to win MSI, he needs to honestly know what to do. He doesn't even have to have good synergy with Caps. Get another lane, play through another lane. If he is not understanding what to do, then he needs to get to know it fast because the only way G2. There's no way Caps can just carry them every game. That they can do the LEC. The stuff that G2 gets away with in the LEC is not going to happen against these teams. Maybe the LCS you can get away with it because they're just not good. Yeah. That's not going to happen against BLG. People got to understand. Last year, no Western team could beat BLG when they had Yagao.
That's not true.
You think they're supposed to beat them with Knight?
Golden Guardian beat them one game. Remember?
That is true. They did beat them.
What are you talking about? No, you said
no. I'm saying in a series, Yagao never lost a series to a Western team. It was they got a game, but let's be honest with you, dude. When they got those games,
they had to ban the Yasuo.
Afraid they're gonna lose, honestly.
No, they had to ban the Yasuo though.
Yeah, those games to me are always like I don't even care if they lose a game; those are just throwaway games. They're not ever in danger. That wasn't a throwaway.
None of those games were throwaway games.
Stop it! Stop coping. Those are the G.
What are you talking about?
The GG series, the Golden Guardian series against BLG was actually a hard series. It was like they had to.
No, dude, no way. The BLG series, they were stomping them. The only reason why BLG got the game was because the ADC Elk made a mispositioning error. That was it. The game was they were winning all.
Well, guess what? Golden Guards was able to capitalize. Because think about what. Do you think the LEC team
was the same game that 6A and Hui went 0-9? That was the game. They were getting ass raped.
But they were able to capitalize and take it to game 3. Because probably knows. Do you think Mad Lions take it to game 3? Do you think G2 take it to game 3?
What I'm bringing up is those are like throwaway games. Because the next game they beat them really hard anyway. That stuff kind of happens in best of threes. I was never in it. What I should say is basically you're never in a sense of danger. They're going to lose the series.
But I'm going to tell you why it is.
And this year it's going to be worse. They have a stronger mid laner now. Now they're going to get completely
Let's think about this. It is a throwaway game, but it's also more tape for other teams to look. Okay, we get Elk is mispositioned. Think about it, that wasn't the only time he mispositioned. That was the one time he got caught and it cost him. You got to realize.
I'm just saying, if the other teams have to bank on him just kind of slightly mispositioning to win, that's not going to always happen.
That's one more piece of video that JDG gives to beat BLG because GNG is already beating BLG. But now, how do you make your games more precise? All right, cool. When he mispositioned, I need now you got all right, cool. Now you have Ruler over here, and when Elk mispositions again, you punish it, you take him out immediately, take out the whole. Then you got to take out Ben after. It's one of those things where, of course.
What do you think of Closer joining KC? I don't know.
Casey's still ass.
I don't know if this is going to make them even better. The problem here is Bo wasn't even their worst player. Why does Targamas keep getting to be on the team? The moment Karmine Corp shows me they want to win, you throw away Targamas. He's not Targamas. He's Targamas. He's just a ham.
This is what Karmine Corp needs to do. Their new team needs to be Licorice, Closer, Abadage. I don't know who you get as ADC and get limited as support.
Damn, she cute.
ADC could be, I don't know who's the ADC that's semi. I was about to say Stixay, but I'm trolling there.
Mm-hmm.
I bet at this point, Stixay is better than whoever the fuck they got now. At this point, you know what I'm saying? Like
Stix. Oh, I never heard Stixay in forever. Holy fuck!
I'm saying you gotta just revamp that whole team. You give them 18 games, they'll stick. Like. Or do you just keep the ADC you got now? You get 4 new players. No, because Closer and Abadagi are EM. No, will Closer be considered NA like import, or will he still be?
No, if he's considered an import if he comes over here. If he would be an import considered over coming over there, unless you have residency. If you have residency and they go over there, they're considered an import. It's just so fucking weird.
Okay, that's me. You got Abadagi. Think about it. Okay, that's me. Abadagi and Limit are still free. Pick those 2 up. And don't tell me Targamas is better than Limit. I'll smack the shit out of you. Not you. I'm saying whoever makes it.
Targamas is a great support, man. What do you mean? He's won.
He won with too. Abadagi is a better support, but we trust Sackett more. I'm gonna smack the shit out of you. Come over here. Smack the shit out of you real quick. Fuck you, me.
I'm gonna lick your balls. What are you talking about?
I'm talking about the motherfucker who's out here making these bullshit ass decisions. Talking about
yeah, because a lot of these teams right now, the reason why a lot of these LEC teams haven't been good for these past just last split when we did this kind of thing in this split, teams are just really built bad.
Yeah,
teams are just awfully built. None of them really make any sense if you really start looking at it. Why the fuck is there a team where it's Targamas and Upset as a bot lane?
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
That's bruh. Rogue just looks like a hot shit mess.
Yeah.
And Fnatic are like, hey, we'll just kick out Trimby, our best player, for a random Korean that we don't even know who the fuck this is because cheap. As Warren just says, it's because it's cheap. That's it. They're just bargain bin. I guess we're going bargain bin hunting for fucking players now. You know, people just basically want to just bargain bin hunt for players and just sell them for a max contract later on if they become good.
Yeah,
that's kind of just what they want to do. You know,
that's what they do in the NBA and in the NFL. You get think about it. You get a player in the seventh round, like Kansas City. Mm-hmm. It's like with Tyreek Hill. You know, get him for free. Get some more ring with him. He wants more money, and you let him go. Like that happens all the time. Trust me, I've been in sports leagues where the teams like the fucking Red Sox back in there, or the Giants, or the we have a player on a rookie contract, play him out. Yeah,
I was gonna say the thing about Tyreek Hill, if he had stayed and took a pay cut, he probably would have got sponsorships and endorsements and still be on a good team. People don't think about the long game. They think about the short. Granted, he has 2 Super Bowls, so he's like, I don't give a fuck. I understand. I would do the same thing. But if I'm going to play the long game, I would have just take the pay cut. That's just me.
He has 1 Super Bowl. He has 1 Super Bowl, not 2. He left before that second Super Bowl. He left a year of the second Super Bowl.
Oh, yeah, that's right. But, he still got a ring.
He still got a ring. That's more than 90% of the players can say. But yeah, that was the thing too. That was what they was trying to do. What they wanted to do, they wanted to give him a back end man. Pretty much just okay, if you stay 10 years in Kansas City, now you get there's players who don't even play for the team anymore that they were Khalil Mack is still getting $30 million from Chicago, and this motherfucker plays in Los Angeles. Imagine getting $15 million to play. Russell Wilson is getting paid $38 million by another team, and this motherfucker in Pittsburgh. Imagine getting paid $38 million by one team while you play for another team, and that team don't gotta pay you shit because the contracts are so.
Wait a minute. Hey man, Russell Wilson's contract could easily pay all the WNBA players. Well,
shit.
Maybe for another hour talking about that, honestly.
They can pay all the WNBA players for the next 5 years. The fucking next 10 years, probably. Shit, they don't get paid shit. Yeah. And they talk about we want $20 million contract. Bitch, you lucky to make $500,000. The fuck you don't generate no damn money.
Yeah.
Like shit. The fuck you. Man.
All right.
That's a whole nother.
On Sunday, 5:30 PST, when we do another show, we'll do a recap of the LPL finals coming for the split. BLG versus Top Esports. I got BLG winning it. Obviously, I think BLG's going to win the split. They were the best team coming into the preseason, and actually, fun fact, they even beat their record last year. They had with Yigal. With Yigal, they went 30-7 in summer. They went 30-5 in games in this split.
Yeah, so. And CBLOL. We're going to talk about who comes out of CBLOL.
Rapanese?
Yeah, because Astral is right now it's 10 teams. It's 10 out of 12 teams. The LCK team, the Genji
I'll just watch I'll make sure to watch the English broadcast of the CBLOL
Genji it was a Genji T1. And LEC is G2 Fnatic. LCS is Team Liquided, FlyQuest, and then I forgot who PCS is. No, PCS is PSG.
Talon, yeah.
Yeah, it's funny how they're a pairs team, but they
just see the game and they just see the opportunity to be in the game.
Yeah,
and I understand, and they're a winning organization in that sense. So, and Gam is back in it. So
yeah, Gam, and
Astral.
Yeah, they beat R7.
Yeah, the Mexicans.
They finally beat R7. Oh god, because R7.
Anybody got any hope for Mexico winning? Bro, no, they're about to go drop again. These teams are always usually pretty bad. But the Vietnam beat the LCS, bro. Vietnam's always performed bad. I love how the one time a team performs good, erases all the other times that region got curb stomped by the other one.
Yep, T1, crazy. Top Esports. Top Esports and BLG are in. They're fighting out for positioning. The two regions we're waiting for technically are is it one region? 2, 4, 6, 8. Yeah, it's one region. I think we're just waiting for the C below. That's it. Yep, just one region. Yeah.
Well, Warren, you got anything planned coming up, actually? Or is it still being black?
Still being black, just, trying to find I hang around high school, so that's all.
Okay. Peace. Nigga.
Hello, guys. I wait for senior. I'm waiting for seniors to graduate. That's all.
Yeah, fresh meat right off the lot.
That's better than R. Kelly. He out there trying to get him. Trying to get him
at 12. Like, bro, no.
You be 13, 14. He waits for freshman. Was a freshman? And he was like, yeah. He really be taking him as freshman. I was like, dude, you wild, bro. R. Kelly, but R. Kelly ain't really dancing one too. He ain't really dancing one too.
I'm gonna watch the BLG. I'm gonna check out the CB LOL just for funsies. Check out what they're doing, and then just kind of get ready, see what there's gonna be off season stuff happening. So just a pretty chill weekend. Nothing really fun.
Yeah, I mean, since it's the last big best of 5 of the spring split for these teams, I would love if it was 5 games, but I'll be honest, it's probably going to be a 3-1. I think it'll be a very close series, but I think it'll just end up being 3-1 in BLG's favor, honestly. If Top Esports win, that'd be kind of crazy.
But real quick, I don't know if you want to just watch the MSI video real quick. 2 minutes.
Oh yeah, because they have copyrighted music going on that shit.
Oh yeah, never mind.
So, Chaz, you got anything coming up?
Yeah, a video. As soon as I'm done editing it, or not editing it, it's just me. It's just me, commentating over this guy's video about talking about TV shows from this era. So I'm just watching that. I'm gonna record all 3 videos first, and then edit them, and then one should be out hopefully by Monday. Hopefully.
Okay.
Yep.
And as you guys know, the Cloud9 podcast is on 2 days a week. We're going to be back here again at 5:30 PST Sunday to recap the LPL 2024 Spring Split Finals between BLG and Top Esports.
I'll be there if you need me.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, well, we'll go in for a little bit then, and then I'll have Sunday Fun Day. And thank you guys for checking out the podcast. Actually, we're freshly into season 11, and the next episodes we'll have an LCS recap, I think, coming up soon, like we did for this one. And then after that, we just kind of just wait for him inside. There'll be other things to talk about. Obviously, we got a special episode a week where we just talk about banging bitches and eating some tacos and coming inside of mayonnaise jars. Well, thank you guys for your continued support. I did start my comics and manga channel, so go and subscribe to that. I'll put the link in the description box below, and all of the other Cloud9 podcast episodes coming out, and in the videos that I will be releasing. More content is dropping in pre-recorded video form, and you guys have a great day. Make sure you follow me and subscribe on YouTube.
All authentic tacos are actually good, not the Taco Bell ones. Those ain't real tacos. That's that manufactured American shit. I'm talking about.
Yeah, just thanks for having me on. I appreciate it.
Anytime. You want to have sex with Lennon's mom?
Only if she's 18.
We'll see you guys later. Have a great night.